Hello and welcome to the Sound Lab podcast interviews unedited. On today's show we have a Reading Festival special containing interviews from Reading Festival 2025 artists, and on this show we have interviews from Sunday 1994, Nxdia, Mudi, Summer, James and the Cold Gun and Mouth Culture. And let's kick off, shall we, and play you our first interview, and it comes from Sunday in 1994, who were of course playing Reading Festival just last week. So, Sunday 1994, how are you?
Very good. Very great.
Excellent.
Good. You are here at Reading Festival. How's your festival been so far?
Well, we just got here and we went right to performing, so we haven't really explored yet, but we're excited to.
Very sweaty.
I'm having a great time. The vibes are high right now.
Good. How was your set?
Really good, really fun. Also really enjoyed it. Could have been the half pint of Guinness before. That kind of eased me into it, but I thought it sounded really good in my ears, so that's all that matters.
It was good. Crowd were excellent. Again, I also had a Guinness and nothing else before we played, so I forgot our bassist's name on stage when I was introducing the band.
As you do.
As you do, and to be honest, I still can't remember it.
Lola.
Oh, yeah, Lola. There we go.
And you've got plenty more touring coming up because the tour has been announced. What's your plans for this year and doing some shows?
Yes, we are touring in the UK in November, and it's our biggest ever headline tour, which ends at the Electric Ballroom in Camden, which I'm really excited about. Before that, we have a US Midwest tour, and we...
Some more festivals in the US.
Yes, and we're also doing Electric Picnic in a few days. So that should be electric and picnicky.
Picnicky. Yeah, and the reason why you're doing all these shows is because you released your latest EP just a couple of months ago now. For those who've not had a chance to hear it, tell us a bit about the second EP of yours.
The second EP, so the songs on this EP, Devotion, they're actually connected. There's like a through line to our first EP that we ever, our self-titled EP. And yeah, you can just expect some more kind of dreamy, melancholy. Also, there's some heavy bits in there, but it's just the classic Sunday sound.
Yeah. Good.
There you go.
The sound that you made with it, was it the sound you wanted, or was it kind of just how it turned out in the studio?
I mean, it's exactly what we wanted, I think. That's quite a hard question to answer. I think we just sort of sit down with a guitar and we try not to think too hard about it. We try not to overcook it. We try not to undercook it also, but just cook. Just a reasonable heat.
Yes. Perfectly crisp.
And obviously the EP's now been out for a couple of months now. Have you put thought towards the next release and whether you're into another EP or album territory yet?
Yeah, we're putting out 3 new songs as part of a deluxe version of this current EP. And we just sent them to the label last night, actually, and they were really happy. So
Good.
That is a weight off our shoulders. I think it's the best music we've ever made. I would say that, though, wouldn't I?
He says that every time we write a song.
I would say that.
It's very, very much Sunday 1994 coded. It's really good. I'm excited for it. It's just an extension of this last EP, and then we'll get into album mode right after that. So.
Yeah, we can't wait to play all the new stuff live, because as soon as Puma plays it live, then it becomes real. Mm-hmm. All right?
Sounds good to me. Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to the writing side of things, how do tracks normally start off for you guys?
One of 3 ways, usually. It could start off with a fully fleshed out lyric idea, and then we sort of write the instrumental around that. I would say more often than not, we'll have an instrumental idea, and then we'll sit down with it, and we sort of pull a bunch of ideas lyrically in a joint notes app, which is terribly unsexy, but it's very useful. So we do that, and then we just sit down and bash our heads together until something happens. And then the other way is we'll just sit down with the guitar and see what happens.
Yeah. Are the lyrics quite straightforward to add to the music that's created?
No, it takes a long time.
No, we beat ourselves up over the lyrics. It takes the longest for us to kind of flesh out good lyrics, and it's the most important part of the songwriting process to us, I think. So the lyrics aren't good, we're not putting it out. And we've definitely written some songs with shit. Oh, I'm not allowed to swear. Sorry, cut that out.
You're
We've
good.
definitely written songs with not so good lyrics, and they've not come out. So
Yeah, those.
No, but they might come out as some.
Maybe in a best of when we're
Best of.
scraping the barrel.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
And obviously, with all the touring that's going on this year, you'll obviously be looking to 2026 now. What's kind of the idea for next year? What are you hoping to be doing?
What are you hoping to be doing?
More touring.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, more of this. We're such a new band, and we feel incredibly privileged to be playing this so early on. So we're happy to be here, happy to see it continually grow.
Yeah.
we're gonna put out our album, probably our debut album next year at some point. So hoping for that, and yeah, just more touring, more festivals.
And catching up with Sound Lab.
Absolutely. Yeah, can't wait for the catch up next year when the album is.
Yes,
coming.
exactly.
And with all the touring and the writing that's going on, you've toured a fair few places now. Where do you want to get to and play at some point?
Good question.
Japan for me.
Yeah, South America for me. Yeah, represent, you know.
Yeah. I'd love to play Brazil or Argentina or something. Yeah.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, I've heard a few good things, yeah.
And you must have aspirations of things you want to achieve as a band. What's one thing you really want to do at some point?
Headline Reading Festival.
Be on the top of these lists.
Be on one of these posters as the headliner.
There you go.
Forever immortalised on the walls for
Exactly.
futures to come.
Yeah. We're on there somewhere.
I can't find it. This year's is about there, I think. So you'll probably be there somewhere.
There you go, yeah. Hopefully we'll be a little further up next time.
Fingers crossed. Bigger writing.
Yes, bigger writing, bigger font.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Sunday 1994. And we at the Sound Lab are all over social media, so come and find us at the Sound Lab, yes, on all the socials. And you can also check out the website at thesoundlabuk.co.uk. So while you go and find us on all the socials and give us some follows, we're going to play you our next interview from Nxdia, who was, of course, playing Reading Festival 2025. So, Nxdia, how are you?
I'm alright, Jim. How are you?
Not too bad. You're here at Reading Festival.
I am.
How's your day been so far?
Honestly, we only arrived like super recently, but so far so good. I've never been to Reading before, so it's kind of like taking it in. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's a nice little festival, and tomorrow at Leeds.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Yeah, you've got a lot more touring as well coming up. Tell us a bit about what shows you've got coming up for the rest of this year.
Yeah, I mean, this was like these two shows I was so excited about. It was always like Reading and Leeds because I've obviously never played them before. But next week I'm doing Sophia Zella support in Manchester, London, and Glasgow, which is always a fun time. I love the North and London because I live here now, which is great. This isn't London, it's Reading. My bad. But then I've got my own tour in October, which I'm so excited about. I've never gone on tour before on my own. It's so weird.
You ready?
I don't know, but I'm excited. Like, I'll be ready once we start brainstorming everything.
Yeah, ease yourself in.
Yeah.
You'll be
By
fine.
doing a 3-week tour, including Reading and Leeds. Yeah, nice little easy step.
Yeah, for sure. Now, we've been playing a single of yours called Body on Me.
Oh, no way.
Tell us a bit about the single.
I mean, I wrote it because I think there's a turning point for me when I'm like, oh wait, I kind of don't just really fancy you, but maybe embarrassingly want to hang out with you outside of this, if it's cool. Which is always like really awkward, I think, when you're casual with someone, because it's kind of like, would you like to hang out socially as friends, perhaps, outside of this thing we have? But yeah, I wrote about kind of that and the fun, flirty period that is.
Nice. Yeah. You don't want to talk about it now, do you?
I just feel like I can't really give any details away without getting in trouble. That's what I'm worried. I'm nervous. Yes, I'm nervous.
More music on the way?
Yeah, always. I'm going to work on it properly, like post-tour, I think. But I've already I'm doing sessions always. I squeeze them between the shows. It's just music, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what direction you're wanting to go in with the sound of your music?
For sure. I think I want to make it a bit more personal. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I went through growing up that, like, I never talked about. And also, like, growing up in Egypt is so different to growing up here. So I think it's, I'm going to do a bit of deep diving. I think whatever I won't pay a therapist to do, I'll just try and, like, squeeze it into a few weeks in the studio. But yeah, definitely that.
How much of your kind of heritage are you bringing into your music? Because you mentioned Egyptian, I think Sudanese, did I read as well? Tell us a bit about how much they influence what you're trying to do with your music.
Well, really, it's mostly the Egyptian influence that just I carry with me. I think you always kind of feel like you're from where you're born. And I think I spent the first 8 years of my life in Cairo, and there's certain smells that smell like home, there's certain foods, there's certain, like, just places in Egypt that I can't, like, step into without being like, I've been here forever. Do you know what I mean? So in the same way that the UK is, like, so much part of my home, Egypt is. So I feel like the Arabic and English with the songs is, like, the way that I try and bring everything in. But I'm, like, trying to challenge myself to write a full Arabic song. But I'm nervous. I think the first time you do something is always like, ooh, is it going to be good? But, like, I really want to force myself to do that.
If the sound's there, the melody's there.
Might as well, right?
I don't think people will mind too much if it's in Arabic or not.
Ooh, I hope not, because I'm really going to try.
You've got my approval. So.
Thanks, I really needed it. This is actually...
Do it.
I feel better already. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Good. Yeah, sounds good to me. Make sure I get the first play, though, of course.
No, obviously. I'm going to send it to you on the DL.
Can't wait. Can't wait. I'd like to talk about the writing process as well. So for you, how do tracks normally start off?
Either it's like a thought in the night at 3 a.m. where I'm just kind of like put it in your notes up, and I either never revisit it again or it haunts me for like weeks, and I'm like, okay, I've got to write something. Or it's a conversation. I'll go into the studio and I'll be like, oh my god, like, you won't believe it. I'll be like, this has been happening in my life, or this friend's like going through this, or whatever it is, and then I don't even realize it happening, but like they'll be taking little like notes sometimes. Producers will be like, oh, like they said this, and they're like, how does it make you feel? And I'm like, it's a trap. You're getting me to write a song, which is exactly what I need to do in that context, to be fair. But yeah, just like usually feeling. It has to be a strong feeling, then it's a melody, and then the words come along with it at the same time. Yeah.
And how easy do you find it to create the lyrics to the music you create?
Initially very easy. Whether or not they stay the same, that's a whole different thing. It just is what it is. I'll like look at it, I'll be like, wow, I thought that was good. That's crazy. Wow. Hot garbage on a paper. So it is what it is. But yeah, I think I write super quick, so sometimes I don't. It's great for getting ideas out there, but makes the refining process a bit longer.
Yeah, and you must have some aspirations of things you want to achieve in your music world. What's a couple of things that you really want to do in your career?
I mean, this is one of them. This is like to be able to say that I've like played Reading and it's like headlining the BBC introducing stage. This is crazy. I think main stage next would be crazy. That'd be really fun. I would love to do Primavera. I'd love to do some festivals abroad. I want to do like a whole getaway, like for writing an album. I want to go to the Brits, like, and not just like watch it. I want to go to the Grammys and see it. Like, I just want to see everything. I think I'm a nosy fucker who just loves music. So I just want to be there, and in any way that I can be involved, in any way that I can be part of that, like, oh my god, it's just crazy. I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
Words are escaping me.
Yeah,
badly.
Yeah, for sure. What's 2026 going to hold for you? What's your plan for next year?
Way more music. I want to do like a longer project. I want to do an actual like EP and stuff like that. I want to bring more of. I took a bunch of videos in Cairo, Luxor, Aswan. I want to put those out in my own kind of way. I have a lot of ideas. Lots of shows, hopefully, as well. I love it. Festival season's beating my ass, but I love it. It's really fun.
And hope you enjoyed the interview there with Nxdia from Reading Festival 2025. And if you are listening to us here on Spotify, then you'll be pleased to hear we have a fresh playlist to bring you. 150 brand new up-and-coming artists that we feel like you might just enjoy yourselves. And if you want to check that out, head to the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk, and click the Fresh Playlist button, or search Fresh by The Sound Lab on Spotify. So while you go and save that playlist to listen to a little bit later on, we're going to play you our next interview from Mudi Sama. He's just released a brand new EP, and we had a chat with him all about it. So Mudi Sama, How are you?
Hello, Jim. What's going on?
Yeah, Reading Festival is what's going on, especially this weekend. Especially for you. How's your day been? Ready for the weekend ahead?
So far, so good. So far, so good. I've had a good time. We played BBC Introducing Stage first on. Happy for the opportunity. Happy to be here. You know, so amazing. I think it went well. You know, and we got Leeds tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. But probably going to go hopefully even better. You know, so taking it each hour at a time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, you released your debut EP.
Yes.
We made it our EP of the week.
Oh my God!
Which
you.
you may have seen
Amazing.
on social media.
Thank you.
But for those who've not had a chance to hear it yet, tell us a bit about the EP.
Okay, so my EP, Will I Make It Out Alive, came out 2 weeks ago. It's a heartfelt message from me. I wrote over the span of a year and a bit, but I probably finished making it at the end of 2023, start of 2024. Mm-hmm. So it's like a snapshot of where I was at that time. And we wrote in a quick period. It was like six months maybe. Me and Jamie, we started with Jealous Type in like summer, and then we kind of just like drifted down, made Bad Life, and then we like wrapped it up. And then End of the World was one of the earlier tracks that we had made at the start of the year that ended up being on it, you know, because we released it as a single, me and Jamie at the time, and then we took it down and re-released it again with the EP. So Will I Make It Out Alive is just, it's in the name, you know, it's about everything in there, just all these things I was feeling at a certain time, a certain period of my life, and am I going to get out of this, you know? The answer, I can't, because I put this in the caption when I dropped it, I don't know the answer to that yet. Like, there's no answer in the EP, there's no answer in myself from even putting it out, you know. It's just more like, God damn, you know, is that swearing?
No, you're good.
Yeah, it's just like, God, have mercy. Like, does life ever stop boxing you up, you know, in terms of emotional situations, in terms of like life situations, business, so like just getting on with your day-to-day, friends, family, like, does it ever stop? Just like, you just got to keep ducking and weaving. So that's what Will I Make It Out. It's like because we wrote a song. Sorry, last answer. We wrote a song to start it called I forget the name of the song now, but it's a boxing themed song. There was like a ring talk in the song, and it was a whole thing, and it was going to replace Safe House, and that's what the EP. It's not on the EP, but it's just like you're in the boxing ring and you're getting boxed up, and you're just kind of like, that's it. That's what the EP stands for.
Good, nice.
Cool.
The sound that you made with the EP, was it the sound you wanted, or was it kind of just how it turned out as you were writing it and recording it?
Okay, so the sound I made with the EP, half just how I wanted, half just how it turned out. So with certain songs like Safe House a bit, because there's some things I wish I had done better, but as you were. Bad Life, End of the World, Jealous Type, pretty soon and Let Go, the softer ones, I could have executed that, I feel like, in a different way at this point. But like, everything is always in hindsight when you look at stuff, you know. So for me, it came out as what it was supposed to be, and I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. But my babies on there are Bad Life and End of the World. 10, I love 10, you know. So if I could go in a direction, it would be more, because I really love like Block Party. I really love like heavier guitar, like the Strokes, you know, heavier things like, because like, there's a lot of Weezer influence in that, and I love Weezer, but like sometimes I'm like, oh, does this, because you know, sometimes you reach for something because you love something, and you're like, oh, was this for me? So Weezer's Weezer because it's Weezer, you know, Block Party's Block Party because it's Block Party, and sometimes like you gotta just, you know, so I'm still figuring it out, but I love the EP for what it is. So yeah, that's my answer.
Nice. I'd like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you, how do tracks normally start off?
Always guitar or bass. Mm-hmm. We've written a few demos that have started with piano, but mostly guitar or bass. And then if I have written something, because my writing is a bit like jagged, so I just have things in my notes, and then if I'm on the plane or train or anywhere, I just think of something and I'm like, oh, this kind of sounds cool, and I write it down, and then we just use it later, or the idea of it later. So we might not use the actual lyric, but the feeling of it will start another lyric. So the writing always starts with me and Jamie, or me and whoever I'm with. I've written songs of loads of other people, of course, but I say that because he produced most of the EP. But moving forward, we'll obviously be with more people, and it's just always, how are you feeling today? Or what have you been feeling recently? Because like I feel like if you start writing because there's a lot of writers that just write, okay, it's about a story, or this, let's make a story up, and I love that and I appreciate that. But for where I am right now, I feel like there's enough in me to pull out. And if I ever exhaust that, then I can start being like, okay, let's start writing, like, oh, let's get all these writers in the room and get a concept. And cool. What for me right now, there's just too much I haven't said. I have one EP out. Come on, so like we're gonna keep going with the same method until it exhausts itself.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And how's the next release coming along? Have you how far along are you?
Okay. Wow, that's so crazy. It's been 2 weeks. Okay, cool. Next release.
Well, as you said, start.
No. For sure. No, that is so true. So I wrote a bunch of songs. I've now landed on a place where I like maybe a few of them, and I'm like, this is the direction I want to head in, and obviously you talk about that with the people you work with, and you say your honest opinion. So like it's coming along. I want to say if I had to give a percentage, 20% there. Not because there's no songs made. It's just more the ideas need to be fleshed out more. And sometimes that fleshing out the ideas takes it to 80 or 70, and then we got 30 to finish. So right now we're on 20. That's me right now.
Yeah, nice. You are here, obviously, performing this weekend, but there's not much else booked in the diary as of yet for performing-wise.
Yes.
What's your plans for this year and getting some shows in?
Okay, so Leeds will be our 10th show in the past year. This year started. So, sorry. So, next up, hopefully, a great support slot. And that's what I want to do. I would love to get on the road, so... And then go from there. That's because I feel like going on the road is when you learn things. Especially if you're on someone bigger than you, you just learn the ropes. And I think I'm at a place where I would love to learn the ropes. So a great support slot I'd love next, and then we go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And as you're fairly new to releasing music into the world, I'd like to find out what got you into music and what made you write this style of music as well.
Okay, what got me into music? So there's a myriad of different things. I start with.
I've thrown you.
Huh?
I've thrown you.
No, you haven't. Not even. So not even. So I think I'd always listen to rock through FIFA, So I knew a lot about rock music. But then for some reason something just flipped when I met this guy called Ryan, and so what got me into rock music properly was hearing Block Party and Kid Cudi. So Kid Cudi has this album called Wizard. He also has this album called Speeding Bullet to Heaven. I've got a Wizard tattoo right there. This is one of my favorite bands. So, and then I was like, oh God, this is amazing. And then the Chili Peppers. And then after that, I was just like, this is it. So I want to say the pinnacle of me, if you go to the bottom of my roots, it has to be like, there'd be like Kid Cudi Block Party in there, Chili Peppers, and then after that you get the Strokes and you get everyone else that kind of just comes into the fray. But for the most part, hearing Californication and hearing Silent Alarm, then I was like, okay, this is me. And it's not like I hadn't heard it before, but getting to a certain age and hearing it again, I knew that was it.
Nice.
That's a short-winded answer because I got a long answer, but there's no need for that.
Save that for next time.
Yeah, save that for next time.
And you must have aspirations of things you want to achieve
Yes.
in the world of music. What's one thing you really want to do?
Oh, this is so crazy to say. I love a Brit. I love a Brit. And then one thing I'd love to do is play Glasgow the same time Block Party did it in 2009. because I think it was like 7 or 8 p.m. So it was dark, and it was just at the perfect time where people are just like they've had the 1 to 5, they've had the little downtime 6 to 7, and then now Block Party's there and they're ready to rip you to shreds. So Glasto, Block Party 2009, everyone. If you've never seen that, you got to go see that. You know. Anyways, yeah, that's that.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Mudi Sama from Reading Festival 2025. Now, if you're loving all of today's interviews, then you can listen to them again in an edited form alongside a load of new music on our international radio show. It's 2 hours long and it gets played all across the world on, loads of radio stations across 12 different countries. Most continents now play it as well. So if you want to check that out, head to our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk, and click International Radio Show. Now, our next interview comes from James and the Cold Gun, who have been releasing music throughout this year, including a new album too. And we had a chat with them all about it. So, James and the Cold Gun, how are you?
Yeah, we're good.
We're real good. We're having a great time so far.
How was your set?
It was pretty awesome. We were really kind of like unaware of what it was going to be like, so we opened the Chevron stage, but loads of kids rocked up. There was like a circle pit going.
Yeah, it was way better than we were expecting for like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know if people are just hungover and like not even going to make it down. So the fact that we got people going was, it felt good for us.
Good.
Power of rock.
Yeah, and same again tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we have to do it.
Yeah, we got to do exactly the same tomorrow.
Not too many drinks tonight, save them for tomorrow.
No, we're leaving at like 5 o'clock to like be able to get up there in time and actually sleep.
Wise.
Yeah.
We definitely didn't have any drinks last night.
Of course not.
I definitely didn't lose my phone in the guest area and then end up walking around for hours trying to find my phone.
Did you find it?
Really smashed. I did find my phone.
Good.
Shout out to Donna at Reading Festival Security. She's an angel.
Good. Glad you found it. We've been playing a new single of yours, Above the Lake.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a bit about the single.
Well, that album was recorded in 2 parts, and that was one of the songs. So we got back home and we were like, we need more tunes to make, and it's getting to the point in the album where like you may be like struggling for inspiration and like other things, and there's this lake that's like right opposite where we like rehearse and record. And that's the place that you go to when it all feels a bit hopeless and you just need to like cut all the noise out and like just really kind of feel your feelings. And
nature reset kind of thing. It's like a nature reset as well.
Yeah, so that but it's always been a place that like we've gone to, like in this band, like in previous bands, like I've always gone there. And that song was just like a bit of almost like an explanation of that, like how that situation is like almost therapy for when you're not feeling the best, and that's how it came about.
Nice, yeah. And that is off your new record, which is out now.
Yep.
For those who've not had a chance to listen to it, tell us a bit about it.
Face in the Mirror, okay, yeah. So it was kind of a bit pieced together. So we recorded the first half in Seattle at the end of a tour, and we had like 5 days in the studio to record an album, which, as you pretty like soon find out, like that's not enough time to record an album. But we got a load of stuff from there. We got about half the record, but again we came back and it just wasn't. It was kind of almost like too polished. Like it felt rushed, and we recorded and produced the first album ourselves, and we thought it actually needs to be more like that.
Yeah.
So we ended up re-recording a bunch of stuff, adding some new songs to it. So it's another self-produced record by us. I think it's a bit more put together than the last one. Definitely some of that kind of that 90s grunge influence made it onto the record from like where we recorded the first bit of it. And it's like another step forward in the kind of maturing of James and the Cold Gun.
Nice. And the sound you made with it, was it the sound you wanted, or is it kind of just how it turned out in the studio?
In the end, it was. I think it's pretty close. So we had someone mix like a few songs, and then Stone, our label guy, he was like, let me give Brendan O'Brien a call.
So Stone is Stone Gossard from Pearl Jam, who was like the kind of like champion of our band. And yeah, he just was like, yeah, I'm getting Brendan to mix it. And we were like, okay, cool. Cool. Like,
Yeah,
awesome.
he's literally like mixed some of like the most legendary records ever. So like, but hearing that, like it's more of like an old school mix. So when it comes back, it's not exactly like what you're expecting.
Yeah.
But like the bass and like the low end on the record is like just like you'd want to hear like back in those old records. That I feel is kind of lost with some new records now. So like when we got that back and we were like a little bit unsure, Stone was like, "Trust me, guys, like you're gonna look back on this record in like 2 years and be like, yeah, it was the right move."
Good. Yeah, good. And I'm sure you wrote more than what made it onto the record. What happens to those now? Do you consider them again down the line, or is it a case of binning them off, start again?
No, definitely. I think like no idea that gets that far is I need to not swear now, is rubbish. It's like everything can be like reworked, and like there's songs that have made this record that were demos for the last record that we ended up taking a bit of and moving it around.
Yeah.
In fact, Gabby was over the other day and I was showing her all the old demos that we'd done of all the songs that have been released, and some of them are just completely different, that we got to a certain point and it was like, this can't go any further, we're kind of stuck on this. But then you just get better and you revisit it and you're like, you can look at it with like another head on it and you're like, actually that bridge was amazing in that, or like that chorus was great, like we can make this work. So some of them keep going around in circles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the thing with songwriting. It's kind of like, sometimes it is like there's a start point and it's like going from A to B, you just write a song in one go. But a lot of the time it really is just kind of like recycling bits. You might write a song and like a really awesome part about it, but then something about it just doesn't really work. And I think that's what's cool about revisiting old stuff. It is like a bit of a cyclical thing, songwriting, and like it's like it's coming from our brains and our voices and words and stuff. So you really can do anything with it, and I think that shows. I think you played me a really early version of Above the Lake, or a song that had a section of Above the Lake, and I was like, that is so different. Like, I'm so glad it developed into something else, but it was just that's just songwriting, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've been doing a few shows over the summer. You've got a couple left, obviously Leeds tomorrow, but you've got your headline show coming up in end of September.
Yeah, we're doing like a showcase in London. I can't remember what venue it is.
Lower Third on Denmark Street, legendary street with all the guitar shops. So yeah.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be walking around there after sound check. We'll be going and looking at all the guitar stores. I think we're trying to get something. We're like in talks of getting a US tour on the go between the end of the year, but I think we're just waiting to find out whether visas are allowing it and all the boring stuff, basically. But hopefully we'll have like 2 months or so in the US to end the year off.
Yeah.
But we're waiting to hear.
Fingers crossed.
Yes,
Crossed, yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Are you hoping to get any more UK dates in, or do you think that's going to be it for this year?
I think for now that's maybe it.
It's funny with our band, we kind of just get we'd love to have our year planned out, but just the way things work with our band, we kind of just take things as they come. Yeah. So we might end up in America. If not, we might end up on a UK tour. It's kind of like a bit touch and go at the moment, which is really exciting. I hope we get to a point where we can have more planned things, but we kind of just like stuff just comes out of the random, and we're like, oh god, that's like awesome. Yeah, the lore of the band is quite wild. So.
Yeah, well, we did that. We did a headliner earlier in the year, like after the record. So I think that's our little stamp on the UK for a bit, and then we've been around Europe for quite a bit this year. So hopefully America can be the last one to tick off, and then we've done all the places then this year, and we can come back strong next year.
Good. What's 2026 going to hold for you guys then? What's the plan at the moment?
At the moment, we're writing right now. Even though we've just put out a record, like it's always good to still write. But like we don't want to be rushed to kind of put anything out. So at the moment, we're just writing and just being a band, really.
Yeah, I think kind of finding our sort of feet as like a three-piece, because when you guys were writing the second album, I was kind of like in the band, not in the band, whereas now it's kind of like fully a kind of like three-way kind of songwriting process. So we've just been like playing a lot, writing a lot, just figuring out how it works, and just hopefully we'll make some cool songs. We've got like some cool ideas, so there's I think definitely another record would be really cool.
Yeah, no, we got some cool bits so far. It's we just want to tour as much as possible. Like play like for me, like I do enjoy the studio process and like writing songs, but like actually playing a show like today is what makes it all worth doing for me.
Yeah.
So the more we can do that and like tell people that our band exists, that's the aim, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely. Do you know what direction you're wanting the sound of your music to go in, or is it a case of just putting some things down, seeing what's happening, seeing what works for you guys, and then going from there?
I think we're just trying a bunch of stuff at the moment. There's we've never really kind of sat down and be like, all right, this record's going to be like this.
Yeah.
We just like everyone comes up with different ideas, and we all bring it together, and it kind of goes through the filtering process of all three of us. And if something's good and it feels good to us, then that's the song in the bag. And I think we're just going to write a bunch and kind of see what comes out of us, and then we might kind of fine tune it and be like, all right, those 6 songs, like that's definitely what this next record sounds like. Let's kind of add to that.
Yeah, I think a lot of bands, no one really ever goes in with like the idea of being like, okay, I'm going to make this record sound like peak 90s grunge kind of thing. You kind of just have all of these influences. They all meld into one, you make a bunch of songs, and then you kind of just figure out what ones fit together.
Yeah.
But it's like this fluidity kind of thing, and I mean that's what's really cool about having kind of like songwriter. Like I mean we're all songwriters really, and I think that's what's cool about having kind of that melting pot.
Yeah, we're definitely more the opposite side of like the prog like concept album stuff. We're the other side, yeah.
We might do like an industrial goth steampunk record.
Yeah, Gabby might do an industrial goth steampunk record.
Gabby and Biss and James. we will. That's
Watch
like number 7.
Watch this space. Yeah. That's the midlife crisis album when you're having a bit of a breakdown.
Yeah.
There we go. It's in the calendar.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with James and the Cold Gun from Reading Festival 2025. Now, normally we head back in time to play you a former interview from years gone by, but as it is a Reading Festival 2025 music special, then we're going to play you another new one instead. And this week comes from Mouth Culture, who we had a little catch up with on site. So, Mouth Culture, how are you?
Very well.
You're here at Reading Festival?
For the first time. Yeah. It's mad. And the sun's been out all day, which is even better.
Yeah,
So,
this is kind of perfect weather, I would say. It's kind of cloudy now, but
yeah, it's nice 'cause it was getting a bit too warm.
It was.
Too warm, but yeah. It's been
And-
really good.
Yeah, and Leeds tomorrow.
Yeah, the big one leads tomorrow as well. It's I think it's only just sinking in a bit now. Like before, I didn't necessarily feel as nervous as I thought we were probably going to be. But I think we've wanted to play this for so long that it was just excitement more than anything. But then I actually threw up when I came off for the first time ever. I think I was just hyped. Like, felt really good. Felt like, yeah. Big up to the Ragers, everyone that showed up. It was mad. We felt the love.
We've been playing a new single of yours called Regret 101.
Regret 101, yeah, man.
Tell us a bit about the single.
It's so nice to actually have this song out now. We've been sat on it for quite a while. I think it kind of is what it says on the label kind of thing. It came from a personal place, and as every Mouth Culture song, well, a lot of them, it comes from me venting, and I just needed to say my thing in it. Yeah, it turned into Regret 101, and it's really nice to turn something that was probably a bit of a shit time into something really good and turn it around. So yeah, man.
Something positive out of it at the end.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of music, innit? Really, like you can turn. Am I allowed to swear?
Not really, no.
You can turn bad situations into good moments. So it's one of them. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, for sure. More new music on the way.
Yeah, we've got a busy rest of the year. we've got new music coming very, very soon. We don't plan on stopping releasing music for the rest of the year. We have a tour in October, which it all coincides with. Yeah, it's a busy rest of the year, really. Not too busy. We're currently writing as well, writing something very, very important, which I think everybody knows, all the Mouth Culture fans know what it is, but can't say anything yet.
Yeah. Bigger body of work on the way? Is that the plan?
Yes, that would be the thing. It's coming. We've got this cycle to focus on, and we've been working really hard on a lot of things, and we still want that to get the attention it deserves. And then maybe next year we'll be talking debut album. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Do you know what direction you're trying to go in with your music?
Mouth Culture never know what direction we're going in. Do you know what? So I think subconsciously we've been finessing our sound for a while. We know what avenues we like and where we thrive, and now we know where we probably don't do as well. Yeah. We try. We like to try. Not necessarily afraid, but with the album, we've got an idea, and I don't want to ruin it. It all makes sense. Yeah.
Is there anything you've not tried that you want to try to see if works for you guys?
I think personally for me, I think it'd be nice to have a feature. We've never done that. And I've always had little ideas of this person would sound really good on the song, and I've had conversations with people about doing it. Some of them are playing here this year as well. So who knows? Might be on the album, might not. We'll see. Yeah,
sounds good to me. I like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you guys, how do tracks normally start off?
Normally it starts off in our little studio. We're part of a studio, 24/7 studio, so shout out to the 24 family. You got bands like Hard Life, they're operating there. Our good mates in Heart Sauce that are coming out with us in October. Normally starts in our room there, and then the last few songs that we've been doing, we've actually been working quite closely with Max from You Me at 6, Max Helga, and then so he'll come in, we'll write a song, he'll come in and tell us what he thinks about it. Some things we like we'll change and we'll work on, and then we take it to the studio to our producer Jamie Ward, who's a master at what he does. He just seems to be getting better and better with each thing we do with him, which is really nice. But yeah, and that's pretty much it.
And once kind of the demos and things are done, how straightforward is it to get to the finished track?
Well, that depends what song it is. Writing can be one of them things that some days it just happens. Some days, like, some songs just happen. It's like second nature to write, like words fall into place, and sometimes you don't even know you're doing it either. But then sometimes there's those songs or those periods of time, like at the minute, say, like we all work full time whilst doing this. So some weeks it's like I haven't got the mental capacity for this, and but I'm fortunate enough to be self-employed, so I have to like just try and book time off to write. And when I'm in a good headspace, and the boys are constantly working on new ideas, so it's like, I'm really lucky in that sense. I can go to the studio one day, turn the computer on, and there'll be new ideas on there. I can turn one on and be like, yo, like, this is mad. And just vibe with it. So we're just three mates that just love chilling out together and writing, and we're fortunate enough now that we played a few shows. It seems to be happening now where hopefully we can do it a bit more, and that's the dream. Reading and Leeds is the dream as well, and it's a dream kind of weekend. But yeah, it's cool.
Next year, what's one thing that you kind of really want to do as a band that on that bucket list?
I think the next thing is tour the world. I think like none of us have ever. Oh, Todd has. He's a cheater. Well, we've only ever travelled to like Europe and places like that. I've never been to Australia, never been to the States. We were meant to be going to the States at the end of this year, but that's had to be cancelled due to like visas and stuff. And it's hard to tour in those places. It's very, 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 very expensive. Just like, yeah, I don't need to go into that into too much detail, but it's very expensive. We're at the right time and make sure all the money you're investing into that. Visas aren't cheap. You just got to make sure you leave your mark on America whilst you're there. Make it worth your while. I think America is a dream. But who knows? I don't know. At the same time, I kind of don't want to go there. Kind of a bit like, don't know. No, yeah. Sorry to any fans in America. It's nothing personal. It's just what's going on where you live. But yeah, Australia, mate. I'd love to see a kangaroo. Not gonna lie. In person, that'd be kind of mad. In terms of like, I'd love to play Wembley as well. That's still something that I don't know. We used to dream about this. There's so many things that we've said it over the last 2 years. Like as everything's unfolded, we've manifested it. Like we really have just like been driving and just never took our foot off the pedal, so to speak. It's just nice to see it happening, but Wembley is the next thing. Yeah.
Nice. Sounds good to me. And with touring coming up, what is your plans this year for shows? Where are you playing?
So we have a UK tour in October. Next weekend we're actually playing Burn It Down Festival. That's our festival season over. Yeah. And then then we're straight into the October tour. There is stuff that's going to be announced that's being worked on currently. It's going to be an exciting end of the year.
Yeah. And what's 2026 going to hold for you?
Hopefully those places that we were just on about, the ones we've been dreaming of. Yeah. Maybe go worldwide. Hopefully. That would be mad. Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Mouth Culture from Reading Festival 2025. And that's the end of the show for another week, I am afraid. But don't worry, we will be back next week with another episode. But if you can't wait until then, social media at The Sound Lab ES on all the socials. And you can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. And we'll see you next week for another episode of Interviews Unedited. Goodbye.